guys are watching NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. That is Mitchell Renz. We're going to dive into the latest NFL rumors, and quite a few of them focus in here on the quarterback position. Gardner Minshew back. Mitch.
Yeah, after 3 games on the bench, Minshew Mania. Everyone type Minshew Mania if you know how to spell it, or just MM in the comments section below, because we're freaking back, baby. Now, today, Doug Marrone, who is on the hot seat, let me just add, said, okay, that he's going to start this week going up against the Chargers, and that means Nick Foles is back to the bench. Now, you can look at this a few different ways, right? I mean, if you're looking at it, Foles has been, well, not very good. He's actually 0-4 this year with the team. But when you go back and you look at Nick Foles, and then you look at Gardner Minshew, the entire slate this year, I mean, the numbers definitely favor Gardner Minshew. I mean, there is no doubt about that whatsoever. And, I mean, Foles just kind of looks lost in that offense, not confident whatsoever.
The injury did not help him.
No, of course it didn't. But I also think, like, the way that the offense is schemed, they have a lot of young receivers that I don't really think either quarterback can really work with. We're seeing a lot of MMs in the comments section, by the way. But Gardner Minshew has been one of the best stories, I think, this year. It's been one of the most entertaining stories this year. I'll be interested to see what happens going into the offseason. And luckily here at Chat Sports, we'll be covering you guys, or keeping you guys updated on everything that happens with this quarterback situation. So, Tom, I'm going to ask you this question. Who will be the Jags' starting quarterback in 2020?
Of the two, I feel most confident in Minshew, but they're stuck in an really road spot, which we'll get to in a second. Nick Foles' contract is a big problem for this franchise.
No, I could not agree with you more. So how about this? Before we give you, a little bit more details, we're going to open this up to you guys. So type F for Foles or type M for Minshew. We're going to let some of these flow in here. So Jason Douglas says M, 100%. We're going to go with Elena's dad, also says M for Gardner Minshew. I'm going to type my M for Gardner Minshew, which kind of kills me because about 4 or 5 weeks ago I was like, they have to stick with Foles. Yeah. They have to stick with Foles.
And then Foles got benched.
And now
because he was bad, and also the offensive line is not helping him at all, and he's not very
Peter and Jacob, they're also typing their F, and so is Dasani. So F or M, let us know in the comments section below.
Bradley's asking if Foles will be traded, right? Well, that's our next rumor here. What's this report, Mitch, that Foles could be traded?
So I saw this report come out, and somebody basically asked the question, can the Jaguars trade Nick Foles? The simple answer, of course, Tom, is, well, absolutely, you can trade almost any player. But even with trading Foles, you'll have to eat some of the dead money because of the guarantees. But it's a lot more manageable than just cutting him. So in a trade, let's say this. The Jags would have to eat $18.5 million in dead money. But the net relief would only be about $4 million, okay? So the key here is, Tom, if there is a team that trades for Nick Foles, they would only have to pay him about $15.6 million.
Which is very feasible for a quarterback.
Especially in the league right now.
In reality, that puts you in the Mike Glennon money, which is maybe that's what Nick Foles is after all, where it's passable starter money, but it's also super high-end backup money there. What the Jaguars can't do is they can't cut it.
Yeah.
Technically, you can, of course, from a yes or no, but you would eat so much dead money, it doesn't make any sense
$33.8 million you would have to eat. So now we're seeing some people flow in some comments here. Yeah. So I'm seeing Foles to Philly, Foles to the Bears. Somebody just said shout out to Austria. Mahalo. Where will Nick Foles play next season?
What do you think, Mitch?
I can't believe we're talking about this again. So I went on BetDSI actually in the offseason, Tom, and I bet on Nick Foles going to the Jags. Yeah, I got that one right.
The minute they hired Johnny Flippo, it was a very obvious move.
So I got that one right on BetDSI, and maybe if you guys know where Nick Foles is going, maybe you can let us know. But the real thing here that I want to put out to you, BetDSI is the internet's #1 sportsbook, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NFL120 for 120% deposit bonus. So, Tom, when you put down 100, you get 120 for free.
Math.
I don't know how much you put down if you put down $50 million, because that's what Nick Foles got in guaranteed money, but probably get $60 million. I did the math.
Math doesn't really check out there. It's chatsports.com/bet. Promo code is NFL120. Mitch, explain yourself for this next one on Amari Cooper before I snap and murder you on air.
So, Tom, according to CBS, odds are increasing that Amari Cooper is going to hit free agency. Sources, said that there's been no progress on deals for a trio of the star free agents, Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, and Byron Jones. So now, what's the real story here? because that they are planning on retaining Dak Prescott. That's the number one goal, right? Which means Amari Cooper's
But it doesn't mean that. That's the thing. Like, JLC's a clown for continuing to push this narrative.
Oh, this is funny.
I have made this point 100 times on the Cowboys show. I'll make it again. Guys, if there is no new CBA, you get both the franchise and the transition tag this year. Therefore, you can use both of them. Like, I don't think JLC has any actual insight into what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys. We saw it last year with Randy Gregory, for example.
JLC is Jason Lockenford.
Yeah, he's clown. Now, meanwhile, Amari Cooper today comes out and says this, that I love it here. I want to be here. I just love this situation, my teammates. I feel it's the place for me. I've approached the situation like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously, I'm more productive here than I was in Oakland, so why would I want to change things? Gee, I don't know. It makes perfect sense to not want to leave. Like, I don't, Amari doesn't want to leave. The Cowboys don't want him to leave. They have a ton of cap space. We can have that discussion about Byron Jones. Like, but Amari Cooper, I would be stunned if he left. He is a number one receiver. Despite a litany of lower body injuries, he's put up a hell of a year for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
He's not going to go anywhere.
I mean, he's averaging, Tom, it's like 15.2, 15.6 yards per catch, which is a career high for him. And like you said, I mean, he's been very, very good for this Cowboys team. But if you lose Amari Cooper, I mean, who are you really going to – I mean, Michael Gallup is a player I like.
If you lose Amari Cooper, you have to go find a number one wide receiver, which is not easy to do because you have to spend that money somewhere. Cooper's going to be your top receiver.
Is Amari Cooper a top 5 NFL wide receiver? Yes or no?
I don't think he's top 5, but I think he's in that top 10 discussion. And in the end, what's the difference between 5 and 7? Obviously, math says 2, but in the grand scheme of things, not much. You have your number one receiver. You might end up losing Randall Cobb. You can draft a slot guy this year or sign somebody else again. Letting Cooper walk would be one of the worst decisions the Cowboys made. The Cowboys front office make in a long time.
So I put that in there because I know the Cowboys are Tom's favorite team. Now we want you to shout out your favorite team. So throw it in the comments section below. So if you're watching this live on YouTube, watching it live on Facebook, shout out your favorite team. I know you're Cowboys.
I'll give some shout outs here as well for everyone who puts it in. The Popos says the Cowboys as well. Jacob says the Ravens. I've never seen Jacob team before. I don't know. I can't remember. Dasani says Raiders. Jesus is B77 says Cowboys. Now they're flowing in. Miguel for the Bucks. Cowboys for Cedric. Jaguars for Joshua Carter. Mr. Sports says Lions. And White Creek Radio says Green Bay. So keep those comments coming. And then, Mitch, you've got another interesting rumor here. Put it that way. Kareem Hunt back to the Chiefs?
Yeah, so I saw this article go out. So first off, let's just put this out here. It's from a company called The Big Lead.
The Failing Big Lead.
Yeah, The Failing Big Lead. And they basically put out, the top 3 destinations for Kareem Hunt. And they go on to say that Kareem Hunt going back to the Kansas City Chiefs makes the most sense.
Okay, what makes more sense? Kareem Hunt to the Chiefs, type C, or Antonio Brown back to the Raiders, type R? C or R? Wow. Which makes more sense? They both sound kind of dumb to me.
I was just going to say, I don't know if either of those makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, when you look at Kareem Hunt, I think the reason why this is even, being talked about is for the simple fact that Kareem Hunt, when he was, a running back for the Chiefs, I mean, he was obviously super productive.
It was great for them.
He was one of the best running backs in the league, right? I mean, 2017 he was great. 2018 he was great. In 2019, sure, he's not been putting up the big numbers, but you have to remember he was suspended. But he's been playing a lot better, I think, of late. There's no doubt about that. I mean, 25 carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown this year.
People are voting C's, by the way. And
a lot of C's.
And also FAB, which I think is fair.
C and FAB. Corrupt 88, he's got it. So they go on to say, because of his production in 2018, you guys can see it on here, but right now, the Chiefs are lacking a real running game. I think they're lacking a running back. Now, LaShawn McCoy's been okay, but they're not getting the production like they were getting from Kareem Hunt, both in the passing game and in the rushing game. And if the Chiefs want to take that next step, and they really want to prove that, hey, maybe I'm an elite team, and we can go on and we can beat teams like the Ravens or like the Patriots right now, I mean, maybe you go back in the offseason and look at a player like Kareem Hunt, who will be a cheaper option, and he's a talented running back.
I would be surprised if he went back, given the way things ended They did not end well. I would be.
That's an understatement.
I would be quite surprised if the Chiefs were like, Hunt coming back? Sure, why not? Let's do it. It's like they should just draft somebody. And
Caleb Landry makes a point.
It's
Says, I don't know. They kept Hill.
Yeah, but I feel like at that point they felt like they could keep Hill. They felt like they couldn't keep Hunt. So let us know in the comments section, guys. Where will Kareem Hunt play in 2020? I think he could end up back with Cleveland. He's
Sure.
Again, he's not going to be that expensive, so money's not a huge issue there for.
But they also
for the
have
Browns.
a ton of free agents.
They also have a rookie contract quarterback, so they're not spending that much money. Frankly.
Okay. So where will Kareem
It's
Hunt
very
play in 2020? Tom, would you be confident enough to get a Kareem Hunt jersey?
No. Also, I don't want a Kareem Hunt jersey.
What about a Patrick Mahomes jersey?
That's fine, but I think Harrison called
Dibs
on that
I
one.
think Harrison already has the Patrick Mahomes jersey, and you guys can get it too. Go to chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Limited time only. How about this? Would you rather have a Patrick Mahomes or a Dak Prescott jersey? Give me an M for Mahomes or P for Prescott.
Obviously, I'm picking Dak.
Yeah?
Yeah, obviously.
All right, well, Tom's going to pick his P for Dak. That sounds kind of weird. So go to chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Limited time only, but there's more than just jerseys there. You guys can get a whole bunch of holiday gifts there. So seeing a lot of Daks.
Yeah, the Cowboys fans have showed up today.
Seeing a lot of Daks. So get yourself an NFL jersey.
Our Eagles fan friend Ryan is picking him. No surprise there.
Chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Next rumor, I guess.
Yeah, Antonio Brown and the Patriots, because apparently this one won't die, just like the Gronk one didn't die until today when he officially couldn't come back, or at least on Monday couldn't officially come back.
Guess
what's going on here, Mitch?
Jason Lockefour again. He's at it again. So he says Patriots players and coaches are still open to Antonio Brown. Basically, he goes on to say that because Antonio Brown apologized to Robert Kraft.
You say that, and yet this was posted today by Antonio Brown on Instagram. Starting to question if Robert Kraft wants to win. This is a business. Basically taking shots at Kraft for not bringing him back. Also, you can scroll
FAB.
down to the bottom part there talking about that little massage he had at the spa visit. A person who took a shot shared to Antonio Brown's story has since deleted it because somebody please take away Antonio Brown's phone.
It's insane.
He keeps doing this.
It's absolutely mind-blowing to me. So also like the whole Antonio Brown apology. Does anybody in their right mind think that Antonio Brown actually apologized to Robert Kraft?
That was very clearly his agent/team.
Very, very clear. So FABs in the comments section. Just blast it, spam it. But the thing that we're always going to talk about is what people are talking about on the internet. And it's, will Antonio Brown ever play in the NFL again? Yes or FAB?
For starters, the answer is always FAB. That is always the correct answer. But in this case, I think somebody brings him back in the offseason. I don't know who it is.
Oh, God.
Somebody will gamble.
It's probably not the Steelers
Probably
or
not.
Raiders.
Probably not a great idea, but somebody will gamble on that one. So I think yes.
Let us know in the comments section. Will AB ever play again? Yes, or the answer that is always okay here on Chat Sports, FAB.